There's peril on the horizon, and it's time to get these people in the people mover. We're about to have a premature evacuation this week on Hapless Heroes.
All right, Jarrell. If you die out there, buddy, only die once.
Hello, once again, and welcome back to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave, and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening's Carnage. So let's start this week, the same as we start every week, by introducing our cast. This week, let's see, I'll start to my right. We have Phil as Hedrick the Entertainer.
Man, that people mover looks great. Look at those colors, man. That's awesome.
To his right, we have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
So apparently they're not a horde coming. It's a horde of titans.
To his right, we have Francesco as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom.
Do I need to start shouting alarm again?
Yes.
To his right, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
Ben, don't you die on me, Ben.
And his right, we have Zach as Pair to Lincolnwoods.
Crandonalo Crumpums. This calls for a new catchphrase.
I'm going to have to rewrite all those lyrics, man. You're just boggling my mind. It's just a lot of work.
Shouldn't be too hard to fit Crandonalo Crumpums into any lyric, I think. It's a real chameleon of a phrase. Excuse me, could you pass the Crandonalo Crumpums?
I'm not even sure what you're saying.
I don't think he is either.
I don't know. Friggin'
Crumdominable?
Crandonalo Crumpums.
It's changed every time he said it.
Absolutely has not. It's always been Crandonalo Crumpums.
Crumpums.
Crumdonalo Crump.
Crandonalo Crumpums.
Crumdonalo
Come on,
Crumbles.
I think I'm gonna
Maybe would it make
Help
more
us,
sense?
Dave.
It'll make more sense in Paradol's voice.
Yes.
Crandonalo Crumpums.
So let's now that we've gotten that out, let's bring it back in. We're gonna keep the rest of this episode nice and tight, hopefully.
Good luck.
I mean, I'll do what I can. It looks like there's gonna be some resistance here. There's some stuff bubbling up here.
Never.
Yeah, we've gotta have you take this out on something. Look, we gotta have us some combat here. This is Dungeons and Dragons, and we've done enough talking. It's time to get
We
hit.
sure are Dungeon and Dragon this intro out.
Like I told everybody else, like I'm a little off today. I'm pulling it together here. All right, so to recap. In fact, we can just recap right in from where we left off from, down here, we had just dispatched 6 bonework skeletons, sort of the advance guard, that we did eventually find after some false positives.
Many false positives.
Ben was ripped in twain, the red shirt
Yes.
that I had with me.
Yep.
One of them.
The red shirt did what red shirts do.
He died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gruesomely, I might add.
That's why the shirts are red.
Oh.
Right. But
So
the
that we can get the
airship
PG-13 rating.
pretty much ready to go, right?
The airship is just about ready to go. In about 20 minutes, the airship will be ready to fly, which is pretty good timing because in about 15 minutes, the last of the civilians will be aboard.
Right. And we also know because Arasatra and Tabi communicated down to Felix that there are gigantic undead things like
Coming.
also within 20 minutes of us probably.
They're
Yes.
coming. They're coming.
So
Yeah.
it's just,
It's happening.
You ever,
Events here on the peninsula are coming to a head.
You ever drive down the street and you see another car coming, but then you see a bikers on your exact same side of the road, and of course you all just have to meet at the exact
Yes.
same time every time?
Yep.
That doesn't happen to anybody else?
I mean, it's happened like once or twice.
Every time. If I see a bicycle, there's a car coming too. It's super
Is the
annoying.
bicycle on the right side of the road?
Always. On my side of the road, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
No,
that's-
is
that's
it
not supposed to
going
be.
the same way? Is
Yeah,
it going,
yeah.
all right. Well, at least it's not going against traffic because
Right.
that's my biggest pet peeve.
Yes.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Anywho.
So about this parallel,
Yeah. So, oncoming the ravening hordes, which have just been reported as significantly bigger than one had previously been led to believe.
Significantly.
I was thinking of like a newscast.
Not
It's been
quite an order
reported.
of magnitude, but probably 4 times as tall as your average zombie, are these grave titans, which are gigantic, shambling things.
Yeah, we've
also
seen them at
are-
Les Wall, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And just to recap also for our audience, they leak normal size zombies out of their midsection
Right.
and will hurl them at you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
is a great
because
time.
horrible things a coming. And in the middle of that group is something significantly larger than that, verging upon almost 35 feet high, a bonework behemoth, the largest of anything necromancers have been known to make.
Awesome. Super cool.
This amalgamation of hundreds and hundreds of dead things crawling like a big nasty bug across the landscape.
Runaway
Yeah.
comes to mind.
Yep. Runaway. Runaway is the plan now.
Vamoose. Ooh.
Holy shit.
We are currently looking at a picture of it, and we are disgusted.
We'll put a picture in Discord.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty awful. And then riding upon it is some sort of humanoid wearing stereotypical black robes and a hooded piece upon, or a like horned piece on his helmet, looking very Tim the Enchanter.
Huh. Well, I think that we've all agreed that it's time to move and it's time to run away from that.
Well,
Run
we're
away.
gonna fly, but yes.
Yes. Now the question is, what's going to get here? What's going to get here first?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we got a lot working for us down here.
Felix, can you possibly communicate up to the ship? Maybe they can give us fair warning as far as how close.
I think we got fair warning. That
Well,
was our fair warning.
how soon before they get here then?
It's gonna be a close one, bud. It's gonna be a real close one.
Yeah. So on the ground, our intrepid party.
Us.
Yes.
That's us. That's us he's talking
You,
about.
the 5 of you and the 2 remaining red shirts are on the ground. What is everybody up to?
Well, so we just destroyed the bonework skeletons.
Yes, the bonework skeletons are rendered to their individual components.
And we were
No, go ahead.
and we were just trying to get people up into the basket, into the people mover.
The people
Yes.
mover. It's more than a basket,
It's a
okay?
people
Yes.
mover. Excuse
In
me.
15 minutes, all the people will be loaded aboard the people mover.
So
In 20 minutes, the people
imagining-
mover will be properly rigged and ready to go
And
safely.
move people.
okay. So we had already started putting people onto
Yes.
the people mover.
Yes.
So I just start shuffling people toward the people mover.
Yeah.
As fast as possible. I would like to send Slim on a scouting run through like the just the grassy area, and now I think it's like
Yeah.
much larger plant growth surrounding this from something that happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I guess we know that Arasatra did it at this
Yeah.
point, but so I just kind of want to send her above the plant line.
So, getting back to my stuff for a moment, I realized that during that battle, the people were still kind of down in the tunnel. So I think it is understood we're going to just yada yada these people on their advance time enough to get most of them on.
I think that unless you have anything that you're trying to do to fuck that up, I would really like for nothing.
No,
to-
I'm looking to have things kind of converge smoothly.
Cool.
Thanks.
Certainly, Hedrick came out of the stairs, helped his friends defeat this little first wave, and then his next operative is just get back to the stairs and say, "Okay, everybody, let's go Now's the time."
Yeah, Jarrell would be marching along the side just to make sure that everybody's kind of moving safely. I know there were patches where the grass wasn't completely cut, and he'd have the 2 red shirts, Barney and Ben, with him.
So you're just
Or Barney and Bernie.
Ben's
trying
dead.
to
Ben's
get the
dead.
people going a little bit quicker.
Yeah, funneling them as fast as we possibly can.
Okay.
Anybody who is down at the people mover
Yeah.
is certainly like clearing, making all the room in the ship they need, moving things away so we can just deploy as soon as
Is
we're
there
ready.
any individual skill you might like to use to try to motivate these people along?
It's already going.
Would you consider that a skill or
Both. Have you
I
ever
feel
tried to
like-
crack a whip?
I feel like it's almost implicitly a intimidation check.
yeah?
Oh, okay.
If that's what you're
I
looking
like how
to
you
do.
I like how you made a whip sound, and Hedrick's like efforts are now about to be maybe dampened.
Like, I want
improved.
to.
I would like to help him. I mean, I don't want
So
by doing something completely
so
opposite.
whipping the civilians is the direction we're trying to go. No. I just wanted to confirm that. I feel like that needs an extra checkbox confirm before we do that.
I just got done priming these people. They are so ready to have their minds blown and get airborne
Yeah.
that maybe intimidation is gonna throw them off track.
I mean, you can purposely fail the roll and just not be intimidated.
Although I will be, I'm going to be
Right.
complete. We should just, as a backdrop here, note that this automatic whip cracking device is still like automatically cracking a whip.
At the ship, at the ship, I think if anything, we can move it away from the stream of civilians. So maybe the metronome can just keep people on pace. You know, the sound of this repetitive slapping on the ground, that's just timing. That's just left, right. Keep that double time going.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to do
Okay.
a performance and kind of, I mean, I could carry on from my initial inspiration that I used to kind of gather them and get them focused when we were down in the cavern. So,
You've got a built-in metronome going.
yeah, I can. This performance. Oh, yes. 28.
A 28. Okay, yeah, that is definitely going to be a very inspiring performance. I mean, not that I thought anything weird was going to happen with the civilians, but that's going to give you probably. I think you can get them on another 5 minutes quicker. They're going to be on in 10 minutes now, so they'll be securely safe for about 10 minutes before the airship is ready to go.
Awesome. A lot of this is encouraging words and, you know, just sort of
Yeah.
reaffirming that they will be safe
And not whipped.
and not whipped.
Pay no mind to the whip sounds. You will not feel the physical effects.
You remind me of like the airline steward.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
You know, please buckle
Oh,
your
yes.
seat. You know,
With a
there'll be-
smile, always with a smile.
There'll be a thing that drops in case you need oxygen.
I think you need to give a speech now as
Yeah.
like sort of the flight attendant of this
Okay.
people mover.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow the sound of my voice. We are going to be exiting and walking down the grass one way. To your right, you will see a field of grass 6 feet high. To your left, you will see a field of grass 6 feet high. Do not enter the grass. Continue forward to the people mover. You will be received, and your luggage will be discarded. Please Please enter the people mover. Move all the way to the back. Make room for children and women first. Please keep a conscientious mind. Many people are going to have to sit. Do not lay down on the bench seats. You have just enough space for you and your family, and we are assured to get you all out of here safely. Please keep moving. Follow the sound of my voice. My voice. My voice.
And please fasten your seatbelt.
There are no seatbelts to be fastened. You have to hold on to each other for safety. Please keep moving.
Hold on to your butts.
Cool. Thanks for establishing that there aren't seatbelts.
That was amazing.
There was no time.
that's
No
fair.
time. We can lasso one rope over each bench. That's what you hold on to.
Something.
It's like a really cheap, ride of some sort.
Don't let Peridot hear you say that.
Safety measures?
Cheap ride.
It's fine.
Blood, sweat, and tears were poured into this by mostly the automata, but you know.
Just give the whip a wide berth.
I'll give the whip a promotion.
Phil's on tonight.
I was just trying to do a little bit of math while that was going on too.
Multitasking.
Yes, but while this is going on, is anybody else doing anything in particular?
I think I want to send Slim to like above the like plant growth line
Okay.
to look actually in, like try to see the like I look in, out, like I want to get another lay of the land scan, mostly the area surrounding the people mover, because that's
Okay.
where all the people are.
Yeah.
and that's where I'm most concerned about continuing to secure.
Yeah.
So I will look
So-
through her eyes,
So you look through her eyes.
all of them.
All right. So let's start with, because she's looking around, a perception check.
12.
12. Okay. So nothing from that. But then what you do see kind of independently, I was checking for something else there. You do see the oncoming line of Grave Titans, and they are approaching rapidly and may very well be here in less than 20 minutes at the kind of clip they're going.
Okay, Felix is gonna go back to shouting.
Yeah. Alarm! Before we get too far into that, it's also impossible to miss the Bonework Behemoth riding at the vanguard with some sort of dude who's really trying to play the part of a necromancer on the hood, essentially.
Every single one of Slim's gazer eyeballs goes wide. And then I'm gonna have her just continue to float there.
Yeah.
Keeping the some eyes on that situation, and I'm gonna come back to Slim's senses and be like, now rethinking my shouting alarm. I do
Yeah.
not want to panic the people.
Yeah, you might have.
So yeah, but I feel like, I'm trying to think like, this is actually a plan here, right? Like I'm going to turn to, let's see, Quinn, and it seems like Quinn and Hedrick are ushering people in. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to find Jarrell and I'll be like, hey bud, so real big problem. I think the big ones are going to be here like soon. And like Felix actually genuinely looks horrified because like that's just death marching
Right.
and it's close.
Do you have a plan for this one?
Move faster.
Jarrell will try to start kind of like rushing the people a little bit, but not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just trying to motivate them, like, come on, let's move forward now. It's time to get out of here.
Yes, Hedrick's already been hard at work at that with the sounds of his music and motivation.
Yeah. So we're all just trying to
And
make
also
them
a
go
very good
faster.
airline attendant speech along the way.
But the thing is that they're all going to be loaded in the people mover. It's whether or not the people mover can move
Okay.
before.
I'm going to try
right.
Right.
That's
so
the
I'm gonna-
issue.
We apparently had a way to communicate down to the people on
Yeah,
the
we
ground.
talked back up to them.
So
too.
I'm going to just
Yeah.
try to use whatever method of communication that we did there to try to communicate back onto the airship
Yes.
and be like, hey, you guys need to descend quickly and we need to start attaching everything. I don't care if the people are around yet. We need to start attaching the cables. We need to make sure everything's fastened. Like we have no more time to waste. Zero. You and Jed, man, we need you to pull it together and bring this thing down.
Oh yeah, Jed Dim is ready to drop this airship like a rock out of the sky.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Mike and Zach, since you guys weren't.
Sound like Randy Savage.
So when we established as canon that every time Jed Dim returns to life, we roll a d6 and he comes back as one of these moods
Okay.
or personalities, so to
Yes.
speak.
And we
So
rolled
one of them
and
is literally Randy
roll
Savage in a
Angry
Slim
Jed.
Jim.
Which
Yeah,
will
this is-
be listed thusly.
This is Angry Jed.
Oh, this is angry.
Yeah, this is angry.
Randy Savage snapping into a Slim Jim.
Right.
Oh yeah, this lifetime was built for intensity. Yeah.
So
We're gonna drop this airship, batten down the hatches. Yeah.
so Jed is right. That's Jed.
He's
now.
into it. He's into it.
He's real into it. Just
that.
yeah. Okay. Great. I can only imagine the airship just starts rapidly descending or something.
Yes,
like
after about 30 seconds, you hear what sounds like a siren through the through the link with the ship, and the 11 o'clock shadow just drops out of the sky.
Wait, what?
Like free fall, straight down.
Holy crap.
That'd be fair.
Like, I'm gonna see this like literally careening down and be like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
And the airship stops 40 feet above ground at a wow.
Jesus.
A rush of wind which blasts blasts all of the grass surrounding the area down to the ground.
Like flat.
Yes, flattened outwards, and you can now everyone can now very clearly see the oncoming horde.
Do not be alarmed, people. Keep moving to the people mover. We have just enough time to get out of here.
Okay, there is just cause for like mild alarm, but really what's really important, people, is that you get in your seats and we get moving immediately. It would be only reasonable to assume that is a very alarming thing to see, but you must focus on sitting down.
Passive perception from everybody.
14.
14.
13.
Okay. Those with the 14s, what you see as the Titans have now caught up to Professor Heinz's tower, as they hit there and they start pushing on the tower, there's just this ungodly loud noise coming from there.
From the tower?
Yes.
Well, there is a time disruption there. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Is it just a noise?
That's
or...
all that's going on right now.
Okay.
What was that noise?
I don't get it. We need to move. We need to move right now. Right now.
You mean right now?
Right now.
Yes. Also, just a round of perception checks for the second round of this.
Since we've now been alerted.
Yeah.
7.
Felix got...
Looking for better than a 16 right now.
21.
Okay. There also appears to be what looks like a shooting star blasting down towards the ground.
Oh.
Except in like negative image colors, like black where it should be shining.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, man.
I wish to survive this. Please let me survive this.
Oh, my
It's a shooting star! What else was I supposed
Probably
to
gonna
do?
murder you, but yeah.
All right. Is anybody doing anything else?
Hedrick's gonna look at the star and say, "Son of a bitch, he actually did it."
Peridot's getting his whip from the automated whipping machine, and he wrapped it up, and he's just trying to corral the back of this group of people.
Yeah. The last two getting on are Flynn and Fletcher, the two boys. Obviously very shaken right now.
Yeah.
Like, they've done some crazy stuff, but the apocalypse has come to town, and it's a little bit too much for small children.
Right.
It's a little loud.
Darrell right now would be trying to make sure that everything's secure and ready to go, so that we can, like, all the cables are secure. Everybody's working as hard as they can to make sure everything's gonna function right.
Professor Heinz's tower explodes in a column of bright yellow light, just slightly larger around than the tower and going infinitely up into the sky.
Sustained
Yeah.
column? Okay.
Yeah. At least for now, it is sustained.
Okay.
Does it have any effect?
Right now, it's just the column of light.
Okay.
I'm kind of doing things in increments in small time increments.
And the tower is no longer there? Where there was a tower, there was a...
Where there is a tower, there might still be a tower, but you can't see it through the column of
Okay.
piercing yellow light.
Where the light is going up, is that where I saw the star coming down?
No, the star is still coming down towards you, it looks like.
Oh.
Like the group of you.
That's exciting.
Okay.
That star is getting a little bit closer to us.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, just in case it's a bad thing, gonna prepare. Today, I'm just gonna start, my hands are gonna start charging up in case, it's...
Right.
Hedrick is pulling out the lute and starting the intro to Flight of the Valkyries.
Good. As we get to dun, da, da, da,
Yeah.
right at the end of that prelude, just as you're about to start blasting into it, the bonework behemoth breaks out in a sprint in front of the oncoming line.
We need to go.
We need to go.
Our Tim the Enchanter lookalike hoisting some sort of cliche staff, like he got it out of Necromancer's Aras, over his head.
Okay. Yep.
Forward!
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. I don't know how to slow them down. Can someone fire something from the airship? Fire all the things.
Oh yeah, we can fire the cannons, yeah! Open up the ballista from the port side, yeah!
Oh my
And
god.
that's exactly what happens as the port side ballista from the airship facing the horde.
The one Tabby's firing?
Yes. Tabi is going to be on that side.
Go top.
With my amplifier, could the folks on the airship hear my playing?
Yes, at 40 feet, they absolutely
Okay,
can.
very good.
They are closer to you than you are comfortable with.
I'm carrying this theme, and I just want to make sure that as I'm casting spells, that I have this circumference with the amplifier like rocking as it's it's like flowing out of me.
All right.
So I would like to cast a couple more inspirations. If I have a moment, we're out of initiative, and I'm just
like last actions.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tabi's action was to fire and miss with an 11. I'm assuming.
With an 11.
And
I kind of felt that way from the tone. I just didn't want to lean on
Yeah.
it too hard. But an 11 isn't quite going to do it. But what it is going to do is blast a crater in the ground in front of a close group of Titans. It is going to slow them down.
okay, so sometimes missing isn't always the worst thing that happens.
Yeah. They're stopped. And right now, I would like everyone to roll into initiative. Damn it. As all paths have sort of converged on this place.
Would you allow me to have this inspiration as I started playing the music to?
You talking about the
Count it.
like the 17 temporary HP or
No, I've already done that. I
Yeah.
did that today, so I'm not talking about temp HP, but I just have two bardic inspirations that I would be using these last moments as preparation before we actually engage.
To whom or on what are they being used?
All right. While Hedrick is playing this Flight of the Valkyries and really getting into it, he's now going to start channeling his magic to inspire Jarrell. And he's got a little song. Got a little song for Jarrell. I think there's a verse here I haven't done yet. Why not, right? Because we got all this fucking shit to do with. Might as well end up having a
musical.
nice little ditty to get it going.
you're saying this as if we're all about to die.
Well,
I think we are.
might as well go out in style. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Hailing from House Passer, you will find boom, 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 boom. The making of a paladin with noble bloodline. He's a two-way connection for that righteous direction, but only when his helmet has deity reception. Oh, my pal Jarrell, dispatching all the foes. My pal Jarrell, to kick these undead back to where they came from. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what he said. Amazing. All right. Now we can.
Okay.
We'll hold.
Is
We
there
will
anyone
hold for
else-
initiative.
Yeah. Is anybody else looking to do anything before initiative? Because we are right about to hit that thing. Because I had given Hedrick the opportunity. Does anyone have like a pre-combat?
No,
Go
I mean,
action.
I'm like,
Nope, not really.
I'm preparing
Okay.
actions to
Good.
take.
Then let's roll into initiative.
Okay.
Okay. So at initiative 24, combat begins. With the comet finally sort of reaching the field of play here.
Okay.
And some sort of black mass falling from the sky takes a slight veer just above the party and smashes into this Tim the Enchanter lookalike. blasting him off of the top of the bonework behemoth.
Oh, that's convenient.
Into a crater behind.
Oh, good. That was friendly.
At least neutral.
Oh wait, didn't Arion Black like dive
Yeah.
off the airship in
Yes,
the last
but, yeah.
episode?
that is
Okay.
the arrival of Arion Black,
It was a friend. Oh, good thing.
the most terrible of cavalry.
Yeah. Listen, that was helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean we still have that thing, and I pointed
Yes.
the behemoth, but
That smashes into the ground as Ride of the Valkyries reaches its crescendo right into Hedrick's turn.
Okay. About how far away is this first wave of?
This,
Are they Boneworks first or Titans first?
That Bonework Behemoth is up front. The rest of them are a significant ways behind, especially after that first crater was punched into the ground. That slowed the closest batch of them significantly.
Okay.
so we're really just dealing with the behemoth right now. It seems
Yes.
like okay.
I'm
It
going.
would have been Behemoth with Ryder, but the man upstairs intervened. The worst one.
I don't want to hold an action. I will do my very last bardic inspiration, and then basically I am prepping to do a cantrip as soon as it enters my range.
Okay.
Yeah, how close is it right now?
It is. You guys are. Well, how far away do you want to post up from the airship to start with?
Oh, I thought we were gonna like ride the people mover up and start firing from outside of that.
It's gonna get here before the people mover's ready to go.
I understand.
By a very short amount of time.
Okay, in that case.
Yeah, like you're gonna be called upon to hold it off.
Oh.
I thought we were closer to where the Boneworks attacked us at the tunnel, where the
Oh, you're
people
right.
came out.
You're right. You're right.
And we have ushered them, and we are in the process of escorting them. They're finally getting up into the people mover, and we're still at the tunnel area.
Okay, I got it. I
So
understand.
that was their front line. That's where they were approaching from. They've got the gauntlet, so to speak, even though the grass is blown down by the people mover now.
Like if nobody intervenes, this thing's gonna get free shots on the people mover before it's up to speed.
Got it. Okay, but I'm saying like I mean, roughly how many feet away from us?
If you guys are by the mouth of the tunnel, that
Mm-hmm.
was 400 feet.
Okay, it's quite a ways still then. It's moving.
Like, yeah, it's behind you. We're gonna say it's starting to move, but it's not up to speed yet.
Okay.
And it's not gonna get up to speed quite in time.
Okay, it's 400 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now you guys are posted about 400 feet away, and that's about where this thing hits the line with you guys.
Okay. So
I am going to cast my last bardic inspiration and prepare a cantrip for when it gets close enough.
okay.
So I'll inspire Paradil.
Oh hey.
All right.
You want a song?
Yeah.
Everybody's got songs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba-dum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Who's the gnome with the headband and a grin? Whose claim to fame lies in a name that sounds like a cough medicine? He doesn't need to boast. He has no need to be coy. You'll find he always brings the funk along with the noise. So verily D, with fiddly skill, there's no one else like Paradil. So I gotta write down what it was. Tell me your thing again. Tell me your crumpling or whatever.
Crondonalo crumpums.
Yeah. What?
Crondonalo crumpums, I think it was.
Nope.
Undone.
You guys don't know my memory for gibberish.
Crumpkins.
Because I know for a fact that you don't remember what it was.
No, I
because
don't.
It's been the same every time.
Crondonalo crumpins.
Crumpums.
Crumpums.
Yeah.
With an M.
Crondonalo crumpums.
Of course.
For the 8th time, exactly the same.
That's gonna be the name of like the big bad. It's not Vecna. It's Crondonalo
Crondonalo
crumpums.
crumpums.
No, the other big bad other than Vecna has his own suitably good name.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you. So yes, I'll
All right.
I'll prepare a Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery. So that's a prepared action, and your bardic inspiration was as a bonus action then?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to kind of make room for the front line.
Yes. So who do we want as our front rank here?
Let's just say I take my 30 feet back.
That's understandable.
When you say who do we want as our front line, I think all of us turn to look at Paradil and Jarrell.
Yeah. Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And the two red shirts. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Paradil, Jarrell, and the two red shirts make up our front rank here. There we go, and that's the end of Hedrick's turn.
Okay.
All right, we are on to Felix.
Oh, sounds good. So you said it's still 400 feet away.
The airship is 400 feet behind you.
Okay, got it.
The Bonework Behemoth is significantly closer.
Right. I was asking earlier how far the Bonework Behemoth is from us.
From you,
Yes.
right now, the Bonework Behemoth is 100 feet away.
Okay.
So the crater containing our generic, or at least unknown, necromancer is behind about 20 feet,
Okay.
sharing a hole in the ground with the Arion Black Comet.
Got it. Okay. And the airship is like well behind us now.
Yes, the
So-
airship is about 400 feet behind. It has now just started to move very slowly.
Okay.
Well, the airship and people mover, I should say, as they are. Well, one is 40 feet above the other.
Okay. In that case, I am. I would like to actually try something defensive first.
Okay.
And I'm going to touch Jarrell. And you're going to feel this purple sort of like energy come from my hand and
What does purple feel like?
caress your back. I don't know, man. What does purple feel like to Jarrell?
Feels like magic.
And I'm gonna cast Death Ward. So
Oh, thank you.
you're gonna feel almost like as if your soul is bolstered. So if you ever drop, when you drop to 0 HP anytime in the next 8 hours, you instead drop to 1 HP, or it negates the first instantaneous kill effect that may affect you.
Okay. Cool.
And it'd be like, all right, Jarrell, if you die out there, buddy, only die once. Because the second time, this is not going to work.
Don't die twice.
Don't die. We've set the bar low. It's not just don't die. It's just don't die twice.
Right.
Like our expectations for this fight sound a little grim here.
I mean, I see how... okay, Felix is 2.5 feet tall, staring up at this thing. So, yes, I think that I am feeling like a tiny little insect.
I can see how you would feel that way.
Okay. And bonus. Do I have any bonus actions I can have some fun with right now? No. I'm going to take a few steps back, maybe like full 25 feet of my movement to be 125 feet away from this horrible thing, and end my turn.
Okay, so you take your 25 feet back, so you will be there. All right.
Yep.
So that will be the end of Felix's turn.
That's
then.
me.
And we are on to the now riderless Bonework Behemoth, which is charging full speed at you, and thus is going to use his dash action for and double his movement. So he will move 80 feet and will now be 20 feet away from the front rank.
Perfect. But 45 feet away
Yes.
from Felix.
Yeah. Lucky you.
And that would then be, let's see, 20 plus 30, 50 feet away from Hedrick. Is that within range of Vicious Mockery?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So
Hooray!
would you like to cash it in here then?
I suppose I would.
All right.
Yeah, insult this thing.
And Hedrick is going to release the vicious mockery as soon as the behemoth comes close.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. You're just a wicked thing. My words will burn and hurt and sting. You're ugly undead, a misshapen head, a purposeless monstrosity. A foul creature with unsightly features. You can choke on my vicious mockery. Ah!
It right on the sheet. Understands all languages it knew in life, but can't speak, so it can definitely be dissed.
It sure can.
So it's going to take vicious mockery damage.
Quinn's
Yeah,
probably
viciously.
Quinn's probably gonna sell you his loot at some point.
That's 8 psychic damage.
All right.
It takes it.
Does something else happen to it too? When it's been
Yeah,
insulted?
I think there might be something else.
Oh,
in
it has disadvantage on its next attack roll it
Heyo.
makes before the end of its turn. Its next turn.
Well, there we go.
That's helpful.
Boom.
There we go.
Insults, baby.
It has been dissed, and it is dissed. Advantaged.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It feels good.
Feels good.
That felt right.
Yeah.
Warming.
All right.
Warming sensations.
Here we go. So, Paradil, we're on to your turn here.
All right, I'm gonna bust out Gladys Knight, my heavy crossbow. The knight has fallen.
Wow.
I love this. I love this so much. So, yeah, make your attack roll with a heavy crossbow.
With Gladys Knight.
Gladys
Gladys
Knight.
Knight.
I'm sorry. I need to correct myself here.
She has a name.
Are the bolts called, was it pips?
Yeah, the pips.
Yeah.
They certainly should be.
Gotta reload another pip.
It's amazing.
Here we go. Let's see if this pip hits.
It's a hit pip. Hooray.
That is a 19 to hit.
A 19 will definitely take this thing on the midnight train to getting damaged.
Yeah.
Roll me some piercing damage.
Yo, this thing got pipped.
That's a 9 piercing.
9.
Pippity poppity. Here goes my cross. No.
We wanted it.
And I don't think there's much else I can possibly do during this turn.
No, because you have to load the crossbow, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah, without feats, you can only get one attack per turn with it.
I will shake my fist.
Okay.
Get off my lawn.
Yes. Your fist shaking is noted. And where did it go? Has been perceived, but to what end you cannot tell. As this bonebork behemoth, without too much of a conventional face, is slightly inscrutable.
That's fair.
Is there anything else you're doing on your turn, Paradil?
Shaking the other fist.
Shaking the other fist. One can be as a free action, one is a bonus action, and that takes us into an airship attack. It will attack towards the zombies far in the distance again, to try to continue to delay them.
Yes, that is good. I like that.
And unfortunately, its bolt sails overhead.
Okay.
You never know. It might have hit something at least further
I'm sure it
away.
Yeah,
is.
it
Something.
blasts some further back, but not the most pertinent front ranks.
Right.
Okay.
Slim Shady, what does she have for us?
Gonna fly right to Jarrell and perch on his shoulder to give him the help action, so that
Okay.
his next attack is at the best of advantages.
The greatest of advantage.
The greatest advantage is the advantage of having a gazer sitting on your shoulder, just making horrible sounds.
It's a
Fantastic.
very disturbing advantage, but I grant
Yeah.
that you will have a disturbing advantage. So that's what Slim Shady shall do. Give
Sounds
disturbing advantage. Now, Quinn, what are you up to?
So the first thing I want to do is I want to remind everybody that I did set out Samsonite earlier during the Bone
You
Wars
did.
zones that did not get attacked. So
Which is
I'm
the inflatable-
Thinking it's still floating around.
Yes.
And I feel like the behemoth might be targeting it. So just
And
to
Samsonite
remind
is,
you,
Samsonite is the.
the inflatable tube guy.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the command. That's the command word to make it actually happen.
Right.
So he is flailing.
Have you relocated it since you initially deployed it?
Well, so we haven't moved. So
Yes, we have. We've moved, I think, closer to the bonework behemoth at this point. The airship's like far away from us.
The airship was 400 feet behind, but it was 400 feet between the airship
So
and that,
when did
or
I set
between
that
the
out?
people mover and that the whole time.
Okay.
Well, there was only really one. There was a very distinct maze that.
There was the
Arasaka had
path.
made,
Yeah.
and we're just in between that.
Yeah. Now you are in the clearing. And this is a gargantuan bonework behemoth, and it's
Can't
just
miss it.
pretty much blasting right over the top.
Got it. So yeah, maybe it's close by.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I would say it would be right around the front rank and very visible.
Awesome. So I just wanted to remind you.
Just
of
give it a
that.
kick.
Yeah.
Push it a little closer.
Like give a little air at the bottom so it just like looks a little fresher.
All right.
And
I could accept that as a free action if that's what you're trying to do.
Oh, no, yeah, sure. Okay, so then I am also going to.
Free action to remind all of us that that's still active.
His
yeah.
of touching and or jostling up.
Of
The
course, of
reminding
course.
obviously doesn't fall into action economy.
Right.
I am going to throw my final alchemist's fire
All right.
at the behemoth.
Roll fire scarecrow.
Is a what would I add as a bonus?
It's just a ranged attack. So your
so it'd be
dexterity.
+3, so 18.
An 18 will do it against this armor class.
Huzzah!
And then what is the? I didn't write that.
All
down.
right.
What's
So
the-
I am saying, unless you have moved, that you are with the front rank right now because you were all sort of in the same place.
Sorry, I need to know damage.
The
for
damage.
for alchemist fire. Sorry.
I believe that's 1d4.
It takes
So-
1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you at the start of each of its turns. So it hits
Oh,
it.
so
Okay.
it doesn't.
so it
hit
doesn't have
first.
initial damage on
Nope.
it?
Gotcha.
Interesting. Today I'm one of today's lucky 10,000. I did not know that previously.
Yep.
Fantastic.
So at the start of each of its turns, you just got to remember roll a d4, and it
Okay.
takes that much fire damage.
All right.
Okay.
Will you be using any move this turn?
I will be taking 15 feet back.
15 feet back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm still what 35 from him.
Yes, you are 35 feet.
Oh, and bonus action, bardic inspiration, to Jarrell.
Yay, double inspired. Triple inspired.
There's so much like buff stuff going
Yeah.
around too. This is
Well, you have two bards.
yeah.
So I don't have a song prepared or anything, but go Jarrell! Yay! You can do it.
You know,
Some of it's talent, some of it's just you infuse it with magic and it still works.
There it is.
Yeah, exactly. Magic words.
Like we forgot that there's a magic component to magic words.
Not just,
So yes,
not just the
with
magic, of radio.
just- it
Just
still
because it's
happens.
musical doesn't mean,
Yeah.
or just because it's not musical doesn't mean it doesn't work.
That's right. That's right, Quinn.
All right, so there we go for Quinn's turn. Jarrell. we are
Extra
on
beefy
to
buff
you.
to Jarrell, because you have essentially bardic inspiration from two different.
bards,
Bards.
and help from Slim.
I
Yeah.
don't even know how that works.
Yeah, I'm about to say, is there?
You can't stack them, but
I
you
did-
can use them separately for different.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
can hold them and burn them one at a time.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I don't think you could just roll both.
No, 5th edition doesn't like multiplicative effects.
No.
Right. Well, I guess I gotta hit it. So Jarrell's gonna run towards it, screaming with a flaming sword of justice and two red shirts.
Now, did we? I think we also noticed that the Sword of Justice had been glowing brighter as of recently.
Yes.
Yes.
Does that? Well, will we just find out if that changes anything, or?
Yes, the Sword of Justice is glowing brighter, but we don't yet know what that means.
Cool, cool.
Maybe in the fire of battle, we may find some clues.
Well, we're about to find out.
yes, we are. Speaking of fire, there's all kinds of shit going on in Jarrell's turn.
Yeah. So I guess Jarrell just charging with the two red shirts, and I'll do my two attacks with the sword of justice.
Alrighty then.
Any pomp or fanfare on those attacks?
If I hit, yeah, everything's going into I think these. I'm gonna use that Slim's advantage.
Uh huh.
It was better the first time. So that will be a 18, which I know hits.
An 18 definitely does the job.
And then the second attack is a 21.
Yeah, that will also.
And so I will make those a third level Divine Smite
So you're burning 2 third level spell slots.
Both of 'em.
Yeah.
and a Blinding Smite.
That's my pal.
And a blinding smite.
So that will be a fuck ton of D8 damage plus. No, wait. Does the Sword of Justice still do 2d6 against undead?
So you've made your attack roll. For the extra against undead, it is now 2d10.
For both.
Yes.
All right. Now,
Well, against undead, it is 2d10 against that. It's what was that 1d8 from? Was that from?
That was just improved divine smite that always happens.
That's improved
Yep,
divine smite.
yep.
So that's still there, but it's also the 2d10
You're just adding
from
it.
the sword against undead.
And should we have a brief dice rolling montage?
Yeah.
yes.
Dice rolling clackety clack. Montage.
Specifically, a paladin dice rolling montage.
So I'm doing 2d8, 2d10, 2d10, 3d8, 3d8, 5d8.
Oh my god!
That's 15 d8 and 4 d10. Not even counting the slashing damage, because that's another 1d8.
So you don't do any sixes, they're all eights.
Twice.
Right. So I'll count it up after the divine paladin hold. That is a combined 92 plus 14, so that's 106 slashing and radiant damage. It's only like probably about 20 radiant damage, and the rest was all slashing damage. The rest was all radiant damage.
Okay.
So
we're not going to distinguish between the two because
sure,
they're
yeah,
both.
yeah. But
the same
Jarrell just
sorts.
cleaves into this giant thing's front leg, I guess. Does it even have legs?
Yeah, many.
It has many legs, and you have removed several of them.
Okay.
In one blinding slash.
Right.
Oh yeah, and the blinding smite.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
used a blinding smite, so it must make a save against a 16, I believe.
What kind of save?
Constitution.
It makes a Constitution save. Okay. Nat 20.
Ah, jeez. So it's not blinded.
No.
It's already disadvantaged.
Do the red shirts get to hit it?
Yes, the red shirts may make individual attacks against it.
Jesus Christ.
It's going to be at a, unless you knew what it was, it's at a +3.
Okay. The
They're
first-
motivated right now. 'Cause
Bernie
I think they were
hits.
only getting +1s earlier.
and Barney hits. Bernie and Barney both hit.
Bernie and Barney both hit.
They have long swords. They're probably not magical.
So well above what was rolled before.
It was 18s. They were
Those
yeah.
18s, okay. Yes, so they will both do that, and they will both get their just long sword damage +3.
19 slashing damage from the red shirts.
They both slash and valiantly wound.
Cool.
Jarrell's blinding slash rocks this creature, but it is still ready to press onward through you if necessary. And since we've sort of reached the end of initiative here, I think this is a good place to sort of pause us, a to be continued heading into the next episode here.
Ooh, a part one, part two kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I can't really cliffhanger this too much right in the middle of combat, so we're just
Here we
going to
are.
say we resume combat next week because combat
That's-
takes some time at these levels. This is not this isn't a short thing anymore. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Because that's how we do.
Yeah, well, that's just how higher level D&D do.
Yep.
Like we're starting to get here where it's going to get harder and harder to resolve combat in one episode. So we hit the to be continued button. Now, if you like us, we can be found on the internet. We're in such places as Twitter and Instagram at Hapless Heroes. We're on Reddit /r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. We can also be found on Facebook at Hapless Heroes Podcast. All of those things will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server, where you can meet and discuss with us on a variety of topics, from D&D to general nerdiness to your pets to anything in between. And we've got a thriving, self-sustaining community that we would love it if you would come join and, hang out with us.
And we
With the
and we share like photos and stuff like that too, or like artwork that we maybe
Yeah.
have inspired like monsters and things you hear in the show too. Like we're
Yeah.
it's all over the place.
Yep. It's a great place. We would love to have you with us. Now, if you really, really like us, you can also leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice, and we are on just about any one of them worth mentioning. Well, maybe there's somewhere worth mentioning that I haven't heard of. I don't know. I'm an old man. I don't know the internet that well anymore.
Or some that
but
aren't worth mentioning at all.
Yeah, if you're listening to us, we're on that podcast service. Like, you had
And to
to
be
have found us
clear-
somehow.
That's 5 stars out of 5 stars. What we want is always a perfect review because, as we all know, this podcast is perfect.
Yeah, flawless.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely, that's our story, and we are sticking to it. Another story I'm sticking to is that if you really, really like us, you could donate to our Patreon. patreon.com/haplessheroes. And we have a variety of tiers of rewards.
I mean, we have, like, I mean, you can, just even the smallest donation level gets you like a shiny roll on our Discord server. Higher levels get you access to bloopers, to secret channels on Discord, to other unreleased audio, to the contents of James's notebook from episodes 1 through 100.
I think the lowest tier is for 17 cents. I will whisper your name just before I fall asleep.
Wow.
I'll do
That's
it.
special. You can't get that anywhere else.
For 17 cents, it's just once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just once.
Yeah, and speaking of incredibly avant-garde suggestions,
Oh. That's where I take over. If you like us, right now you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, please just form a bicycle safety course in your city and teach people to not ride their fucking bicycles on the wrong fucking side of the fucking road.
It's a big deal.
Fucking.
Wait.
He's been holding on to that since the beginning of the episode.
Wait. So not only are they riding on the opposite side of the road, but they're also fucking while they're biking.
That's right.
What about our
They're gonna
listeners
be
in the
fucking
UK?
on their bikes. And that's what we're going to advise people to not do in this bicycle safety course.
if you really like us, don't fuck on your bike.
Don't fuck on your bike
and stop other people from fucking on their bikes.
on the wrong side of the road.
What if they're on the right side of the road?
Then by all means, fuck on your bike. All you want.
I think that's still a hazard.
But at least they're riding on the correct side of the road.
in this
I've never
course,
heard anyone advocating for people fucking on bikes before.
we'll give you some tips and tricks. We'll teach you how to do it safely. Knee pads are highly suggested in addition to the helmets.
I have knee
And
pads.
there you go.
Air
and
quote tips. and
also,
tricks.
I might amend this with, even if you're not fucking on your bicycle, don't ride it on the wrong side of the road.
Right.
Right.
Good talk. Go
Well-
team. Speaking of our team, let's outro our cast before this gets
Give me
too
left.
bizarre. Oh, God damn it. I tried. God help me, I tried. So starting... I know.
Please continue.
Starting from my left, as paired to Lincoln Woods, we have Zach.
As I always say, crown down a little crumpums.
To his left, as Lord Jarrell the Light, we have Jarrell.
Until next time.
To his left, as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, we have Francesco.
I'm panicking.
To his left, as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, we have Mike.
Thank God for Samsonite.
Rounding out our party, to his left, as Hedrick the Entertainer, we have Phil.
Hey, Quinn, if you want to learn how to dance, I think Ja Rail can teach you that electric slide, y'all.
My name is Dave. I've been your host and Dungeon Master for this evening. I'm getting us out of here before any more bad puns catch up.
Are
tonight.
you assuming
Bye-bye
I
now.
can't dance?
Bye.
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 I can dance.
Could you also
I've never
enlighten me as
seen
to
it.
how to
Yeah, but
dance?
I've never seen it.
Bye.